name is Lisa Bloom, and I'm here with Mark Stevens. He practices in the area of criminal defense in the state of New Hampshire, and you're a DWI practitioner especially, aren't you?
That's right, Lisa. That's primarily what I do, about 95% of my practice.
Why have you chosen to focus on that area?
I like DWI cases because most of them go to trial, unlike most of the other criminal offenses that people are charged with. Most DWI cases, by necessity, have to go to trial, and I like to fight.
And we know that the laws are getting tougher and tougher all the time against drunk drivers. What kinds of people do you represent?
I represent everyday people. It could be the people that live next door to you, people you see in the mall. It's not the hardened criminal that you would expect to find in a criminal court. They're just everyday people from all sorts of walks of life that find themselves in an unwanted encounter with the police.
Do people face tough penalties in New Hampshire for drunk driving?
Yeah, they sure do. I think we're one of the worst 5 in the state as far as penalties go, in the country as far as penalties go.
Wow. So we're talking about, what, years behind bars for some of the serious charges?
Yeah, if it's a subsequent offense, the people are going to be looking at some jail time. If they blow into the machine and get a high enough reading, they'll go to jail just for cooperating with the police.
And even on lower level charges, I assume that people's insurance rates can be affected, their employment opportunities.
Oh, sure. It can affect immigration status. It can affect, we border Canada. They can't get into Canada if they get a DWI conviction. So the consequences are pretty steep.
Now, can a good attorney like yourself really make a difference in a DWI case?
What's the difference between winning and losing? The only guaranteed result in a DWI case is the people that go in and plead guilty, and you should never do that in a DWI case unless you really feel some sort of compunction to do so. But you should always at least talk to a lawyer before you make that bold move.
Can you give me an example of the type of strategy that you might use to fight a DWI case?
Sure. What we do basically is we talk to the client. The client's very involved with the defense in our office, and try and establish some probability that the person may not, or possibility that the person may not have been drunk.
Well, that's certainly helpful. And what about the science and the technology involved? Are you up on all of that?
Oh, sure, sure. We go to a lot of trainings on blood testing, breath testing. They use both in our state. And we have the highest incidence of refusal in the country. We have an 85% refusal rate. So most of our cases are people who are wise enough to not put their fate into the hands of a drunk in the box.
It's because you're live free or die state.
That's right.
So people know
So
their
far.
rights. So people know their rights. All right, bottom line, if I've been arrested for a DWI, why should I give you a call?
Because this is what we do. We don't do real estate, we don't do wills, we don't do anything else. This is what we do every day. We're fighting DWI charges in courts across New Hampshire.
All right, Mark, thank you so much.
Thank you.